You want to know how bad inflation is? Yesterday, yes, I had a nice lunch at Taco Bell. Cost me about $28 at Taco Bell for lunch. People need to pay for those things, and they do that by getting jobs and getting in the economy and getting active and getting involved.
Wait a minute. You spent $28 at Taco Bell for just yourself?
For lunch, yeah, it's true.
Okay.
That's a lot of chalupas.
That's an inflation story.
That is. He's you're both thin, fit guy. I can't see me. That's just like the opening appetizer, but whatever.
Wow. That was Fox business contributor Scott Martin, the chief investment officer of a wealth management company, attempting to talk about inflation, but instead finding himself the center of mockery over tacos, of all things. I like tacos. Now, Media Matters, Eric Kleefield posted this from last week's edition of Neil Kavuta's show, and of course it went viral at the time. I still wanted to talk about it because it's hilarious. People were trying to figure out how the hell this guy racked up a $28 bill at Taco Bell. Look, I'm no stranger to Taco Bell. All right, I like tacos. And it's very difficult to rack up that much money on just yourself. Just yourself. So look, I've had orders for two people that didn't come out to $28. And I think a lot of people shared a similar sentiment. Or, before you think that this is kind of a nonsense story, sure it is. But there's also a lesson buried in here. Especially about people who claim to be so-called titans of money management, not being very good with their money. So let me show you. This is what he claimed his order was, and this was after the fact. So it wasn't an actual receipt. Here's that. So he shared this a screenshot on Twitter, where he just threw a bunch of stuff together and said, "This is how much I spent." He didn't even spend $28. $25.40. And look how much food that is. I mean, nachos Bel Grande? That's a meal. Get the Baja Blasts. It's a freeze. Burrito Supreme. All right, so that's a pretty decent amount of food, right? If you were not full by that, there's something wrong with you. It's definitely more than what I can eat in the sitting. And I admit I'm a little chunky. I like my tacos. I love Taco Bell, but it just makes me wonder if this guy hadn't just smoked a giant bowl before going to the fast food restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Before the drive-thru. He had to have. But secondly, most importantly, did he not know how to get a combo box? Those are cheap. Everyone who's been to Taco Bell knows you can easily save money by ordering things in combos. But this guy does not go to Taco Bell. Now, as one person on Twitter points out, you can get a combo meal that includes a drink and a taco. It would knock $5 off your tab. What kind of financial expert are you? It's a good question. Also, they note, I advise you to go to the hospital immediately since you consumed 2,000 plus calories and a lifetime supply of sodium and fat during lunch. Yeah, that's just his lunch. By the way, nobody's going to want to be near him, when that hits. Modern Trailhead says, so by choice, you ordered an obscene amount of food that wasn't at all discounted by choosing a combo and added guac and jalapenos. An order that pricey takes effort. It didn't just happen to you. Neither did what happened after you ate it. Did that to yourself too.
They call them dumps, big, massive dumps.
All right. Then you, of course, had experts weigh in. Ian Millheiser says, for the record, $28 at Taco Bell will get you 4 crunchy tacos, 3 chalupas, 2 Crunchwrap Supreme, and unlimited refills of Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Look, even Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez decided to wade into this taco controversy. Well, if someone is talking politics and eating $28 worth of Taco Bell in one sitting, then my immediate follow-up question is what their thoughts are on Biden's executive order on cannabis rescheduling. I would love to hear that. All right, more fun responses. J6 says $28 at Taco Bell could kill a horse. Another person says, if you eat $28 of Taco Bell, you hate your colon. It's true. It's true.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times.
Another person says, to be fair, eating $28 of Taco Bell for lunch is a certain kind of inflation. So now with that, again, those are the fun comments. Let me just make the serious point here. And it's about inflation. Now, he told this ridiculous story so that he could, actually do a message about inflation. Now, that actually is effective because what Republicans are doing is they are hammering Biden on inflation. Now, inflation is a real thing. It is hurting millions of people in this country. Is it Joe Biden's fault? No. It's COVID. It's leftover from the pandemic. It's supply chain issues. And a lot of it's corporate greed, corporate price gouging. Now, if you want to blame Biden for something, blame him for not tamping down on that enough, not being aggressive enough at corporations who are ripping off regular people. That said, right, Republicans are making a message for the midterms about the economy. Where are the Democrats on that? Democrats, you might want to actually also make a counter argument for progressive economic policies. Make it about the economy, and you would actually win people over because it turns out, yes, progressive ideas are better for the economy than Republican ideas because Republicans, all they want to do is give tax cuts to rich people and corporations and deregulate. That's it. That's it. That's their plan. That's their plan. As I said before, this is greed. This is, a lot of this inflation is greed, exasperated by the very hedge funders that you see out there pretending. Exacerbated. That's a hard word. By these very same hedge funders that go out there and try to pretend to be a regular person. They're not regular people. They're not average people. Average people know how to save money because we have no choice. We don't make enough money. Our jobs are not based on gambling with other people's money on the stock market or the retirement specifically, using algorithmically based transactions. If this guy really were an average person suffering from the effects of inflation, he could have had plenty of other good examples. Just going up and filling up your car, going to the grocery store. But then, you would actually have to address the fact that, profit margins for a lot of these same companies are actually way up. We can't go there because, again, that's partly his industry's doing and other industries doing, and the fact that he is just not an average person. He's not one of us, and he illustrated that perfectly